the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny Smith is here. Shaquille O'Neal. Big guy right there.
Ow!
Our featured matchup tonight out in New York, where the Knicks will be going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, for New Orleans, these guys are playing good basketball with 7 wins in their last 10 games, and they like their chances tonight. And looking at the Knicks, they play in the league's biggest market, of course, New York City. Shaq, is that a help or is it a hindrance these days?
You know, playing in the big city used to matter more to free agents. Now, with the harsher luxury tax, teams can no longer outspend each other. It's crazy.
Well, you know, the New York media attention can create a lot of pressure. It can. Even when you're losing, they pay attention to you. And the Knicks have been really reluctant to truly rebuild because of that, I think. And they've been settling at this mediocrity. You either have to say, I'm going for it, or you're not. And right now, they're right in the middle.
You're a New York guy. You ever wish you had played for the Knicks?
I did. I always wanted to be a Knick, always wanted to try to be a Knick, always talked to my agent about being a Knick at some point, and it never happened. And 2 championship years later, I am happy I wasn't a Knick.
Speaking of the Knick, you nicked my car in the parking lot.
I did?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. I'll wear my Knickerbockers and go fix it.
We're going to turn it over to Kevin Harlan right in the nick of time.
I'm only going to charge you a nickel to get it fixed.
Let's meet your New York Knicks starting lineup. At the small forward position, standing 6'8", number 42, Lance Thomas. The other forward, at 6'9", number 32, Noah Vonleh. At shooting guard, standing 6'5", number 5, Courtney Lee. At the other guard position, at 6'6", number 11, Frank Ntilikina. At the center position, standing 6'11", number 00, Enes Kanter. A head coach for your team. Ladies and gentlemen, your New York Knicks.
It's an interconference contest here in the Big Apple, New York, as the Knicks play 1 at home. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. This game is part of the travel schedule for New Orleans. Well, it's been an improvement this year over last season. They made a lot of adjustments, and happy to see that they translate into some tangible results.
And I think for New Orleans, they've had some success in the early part of this season. It looks like we can expect more of the same form they showed last season.
No question. They know how to win, and they're proving that again here early on. They may not be built to be a dominant team, but they're not that far off.
Tip-off goes to New Orleans. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. So for New Orleans right now, on the perimeter, Moore and Hill. Randall out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. Lee passes to Ntilikina. Doors when the light finally goes on for a young guy. So fun to watch. Younger players who've got all the talent and all the world right in front of them, but yet haven't put it all together just quite yet.
It's amazing to me how quickly we can give up on a young guy who maybe doesn't find success right out of the gate. But the reality is you have to remember, player development is the lifeblood of this league, maybe now more than ever with the current state of the salary cap. So a little patience as a fan base goes a long, long way.
Chalk up 2 there. Lee's got the first points of the night for New York.
Courtney Lee is so good on that floater, and at his size, you've got to have that in your arsenal.
And Holiday kicks to Moore. Feeds to Davis. score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
Here's Ntilikina. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Knicks shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
At the line for 2.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Boy, when you look at the New York Knicks and their recent draft history, they didn't have a first rounder in 2012, 2014, and 2016. They're obviously feeling the effects of that now, Kev.
And both free throws good for Vonleh. And on the subject of draft picks, with the salary cap, Doris, it really helps to get production from guys who are still on rookie contracts.
Well, Kevin, there is no doubting the fact that every roster spot has huge value in today's NBA. With the game played at the fast pace that we see nowadays, you've got to have production up and down the roster. Those rookie contracts help in your overall salary structure. That's why those are so key.
Here's Ntilikina, following the basket by Anthony Davis. Ntilikina kicks to Cantor. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Lee, and Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
Now here's Davis over Vonleh. Davis finds Hill. Moore against Lee. Here's Davis. That one wide left.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
Lee outside. Moore with the block.
Well, they're simply having trouble getting their legs underneath them, right? They're just 1 for 5 to start things off.
Randall with the bucket.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
And that's not the type of defense you want to play, right? You've got to make it more difficult than that. Layups are too easy.
Now here's Vonleh. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Boston.
Boy, and defensively, he had them off balance. He was able to come away with 4 steals.
And there's the foul. It's going to go on Solomon Hill. That is his first foul of the game. Pelicans on D. Here's Vonleh. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. And Holiday kicks to Hill. Davis down low. Vonleh on him. And it's blocked. And here is Lee. 14 points from him the last game against Boston. Here's Ntilikina. He's guarded by Davis. Passes it to Vonleh. 4 on the shot clock. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Ntilikina, guarded by Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lee.
Hey, we're not seeing the best quarter by this guy, and he's lost his feel a little bit.
Cantor against Randall. Shoots over Cantor. Randall no good. The Knicks have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Lee with the ball. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
Well, you love that Courtney Lee, a tremendous shooter, is willing to give it up when he sees a guy open. That's good stuff.
And so it's New Orleans with it. The Knicks making the shot. Outside Holiday. And the layup's good off the glass.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here's Cantor. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Celtics in Boston.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there.
It's good. Cantor's got his first bucket of the night. Well, he was fired by the Grizzlies 19 games into last season, Doris, but Coach David Fizdale with a fresh start now with the Knicks in New York.
Well, you think about in Memphis, he tried to shift from the grit and grind to a more modern NBA style, and I think he encountered some resistance there. With the Knicks, more of a clean slate, a chance to build the culture from the ground up.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And their defense practically non-existent in that one. Just gave up far too many easy shots.
You could say they certainly were not on a string on the defensive end. They need to be so much better moving forward.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Hezonja comes in for Lance Thomas. Hardaway is subbed in for Courtney Lee. And New Orleans also making a change. Payton's checked in.
Well, I like the battle right there by Hardaway Jr., showing he's committed to scoring on the defense.
To the paint, here's Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
And we've all heard the rumors that have been floating around the last few seasons. A lot of speculation if Davis could get traded or Greg leave in free agency.
I mean, Davis moving would be one of the rare situations where it literally could shake up the entire league. You hear a lot of different teams express their interest in him, but credit to Davis. He really has remained committed to New Orleans and has said everything you'd want to hear from a fan's perspective.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Doors are seeing a lot of movement on the offensive side of the ball, a lot of screening, a lot of movement, obviously, without the ball. Does that require more awareness, not only on the offensive side to make those moves, but also defensively?
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. One of the most important things you can do if you're an excellent defensive team is you start with communication. So as that action starts, the movement and the screening, are the teammates talking? Screen coming right, screen coming left. Do we want to trap the screen? Do we want to make sure the ball gets out of a certain player's hands? Communication in this day and age against motion offenses has got to be at the top of the list defensively.
Well said. Now, here's Cantor. Outside Hardaway. Longley, the pass to Hezonja. The three-pointer, no good. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Here's Randall. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Randall's got his second bucket of the game to go. Knicks trail by 3. Outside Hardaway. Cantor dishes to Burke. Longley kicks to Hardaway. Lets it fly from 18. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Well, Tim Hardaway Jr., a better playmaker than maybe people think. This guy very good at breaking the defense down.
Some nice passing here by New Orleans. And Randall throws it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
Now here's Randall. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
Yeah, don't forget how great he was drawing contact and getting himself to the free throw line. Picked up a ton of easy points there.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, a while ago, Alvin Gentry and I were able to chat. He said in the first meeting between these teams, his guys weren't as sharp as they needed to be offensively. And he thinks that cost them the game. He told me, if we take care of the basketball and execute in half court like I know we're capable of, it puts us in a good position to win tonight. Well, we'll see if that holds true tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks for the report, David. So the goal is to come out early and get their shooters into a good rhythm right away.
And of course, that's always a goal. But the meaning behind it is that he wants them to play good, smart basketball, not taking too many chances.
Right. You've got to be able to use plenty of screens, not let players start to go one-on-one and try to do this thing individually. Run your sets, get the best shooters their shots.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
A moment now to see the numbers for Payton. He's averaging 11 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Now, here's Vonleh. 6 points for him. Hardaway finds Burke. And Davis sends it back. It's Randall with the drive. Payton passes to Randall, stolen by Cantor. And now the Knicks on the break. Hardaway against Holiday. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Well, I think Hardaway Jr. has the kind of athleticism that allows him to be a contributor on the backboards.
Here's Davis, and it's slammed in by Davis.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now, here's Burke. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Randall against Cantor. Pass to Burke from deep. The rebound by Holiday. Pelicans leading by 6. Stolen by Cantor. There's 1:40 left in the first quarter of the game. Vonleh kicks to Cantor. Back to Vonleh over Davis. And Davis sends it back. But they get it back. Hardaway for 3. No good that time. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And no matter how well you defend, when you shoot that poorly, it's going to be a very difficult challenge for you to get a win.
Yeah, I thought too many hard shots. I don't know whether it was a question of strategy or if guys were just unwilling to work for something better.
The Pelicans have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game. Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Baker, he's checked in for Hazanya. And it's Moutier in for Trey Burke. New Orleans also making some changes. Okafor is checked in for Davis. Mirotic comes in for Solomon Hill. And Ian Clark subbed in for Drew Holiday. Knicks trail by 9.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
The Knicks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
At the line for your Knicks, Noah Vonleh. 2 shots.
Two shots.
First free throw is good. Darius Miller, he's checked in for Randall. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
And last season, a bit of a breakout one for Mirotic. Saw a huge jump in his production and shot a career best from the floor. Across the board, he was a completely changed player despite what was a turbulent season.
Now, here is Mirotic. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Here's Moutier, trailing here by 8. There's Baker. Clock at 6. Right wing. Here's Cantor. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. They get it back. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And the Pelicans lead by 10.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to summon up a little more sense of urgency.
Now, Moutier still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. A fadeaway, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Pelicans lead by 10. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Frank Ntilikina has established himself as a legit defender. He spoke about his mindset.
Defense is 80% of will and 20% ability. So you try to stop the player in front of you and you try to deny him to score the basket. That's just the challenge, and that's what I love in this part of the game.
A young player with an advanced understanding of defense, and his length gives him an edge.
And his defense is something he enjoys. If he can put it all together at both ends, he's a player you can build around.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
You love that they're making the offense work, right? Making every single thing they try to do hard.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. Darius Miller out there with Mirotic. Then there's Okafor. Then there's Ian Clark. And it's Payton in at the point.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Now here's Moutier. He's guarded closely. Count it.
Well, Emmanuel Moutier, that kind of shot will up your field goal percentage, gentlemen.
Pelicans leading by 7. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Clark for 3. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. For New York, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. There's the pass to Cantor. Over Okafor. And that one goes long.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Payton's shot is off. Here's Baker to the inside. Okafor with the steal. Now here's Payton. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Rebounded by Hardaway. Knicks trail by 10. Tries it from 19. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Kicking himself on that one. That is the shot he wanted.
Well, that's usually money in the bank for that guy. Not sure how he missed that one.
New York shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. On the money from 12 feet away. Hardaway has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Knicks. And here is Payton. 11 points for him in that last game against Philadelphia. And that one, good. Payton's got his first points of the game.
See, the unpredictability of Elfrid Payton helps him in these situations. Good at taking what the defense gives him in that instance.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. You know, everyone on the floor needs some level of playmaking skill, Doris. Who are your picks for bigs who can really share the ball? Good passers among the big men.
Yeah, one of my favorite players in the NBA to watch is Nikola Jokic because his vision, his desire to share the basketball, his ability to see not one action ahead, but sometimes 2 actions ahead is really remarkable for a man of his size. You look at somebody like Draymond Green, who is absolutely critical to the success of the Golden State Warriors on the offensive end of the floor. He can take it off the window. He can dribble it in transition and in full speed make decisions going second by second that are really, really impressive.
Red passes, do such a great job with the ball. I agree with you. Here's Clark following the basket by Emmanuel Moody. Down low, stolen by Cantor. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Baker. Yep, that one goes in there. Baker's got 5 points in the quarter.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
On its way from Clark for 2. Knicks with the rebound.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame.
He kicks it to Mirotic. Miller with the ball. Now Thomas defending. Back to Mirotic. There's the 3. That shot missing. Good D by Lee.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Moutier looking around. On the wing, Lee, covered by Miller. With the teardrop, and Okafor with the block. Miller outside, back to Moore. The layup missed.
I don't think the defense is much of a factor there. He just botches the finish.
They get a hand on it. Miller against Lee, and Courtney Lee gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Frank Ntilikina is checked in for Emmanuel Moutier.
Frank Ntilikina.
Moore outside. Pass to Okafor. Poked loose. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Ntilikina. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
And the way Ntilikina runs the floor, determined to beat everyone to the basket.
Clark kicks to Mirotic. The dish now to Miller. 6 on the shot clock. Clark for 3. Unable to get that one. Now the Knicks take it the other way. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. Thomas with the ball. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Celtics in Boston. There's Lee with the 3, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
The Pelicans trail. And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Well, Enes Kanter, when we talk about rebounds per minute, Doris, he's generally very high on that list.
Well, Kev, he's got the size and he's got the strength. But what I really love about him is there's this willingness to mix it up. This is a very physical player.
A different look for New York. Lonley's checked in for Enes Kanter. Mario Hezonja comes in for Lee. And it's Burke in for Ron Baker. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Julius Randle's checked in for Okafor. Anthony Davis comes in for Mirotic. Solomon Hill, he's checked in for Darius Miller. And it's Holiday in for Ian Clark. Here's Hezonja, following the basket by Julius Randle. Hezonja kicks to Burke. Passes it to Vonleh. New York needs to get off a shot. Hezonja. That 3 off the mark. New Orleans in the lead. Randle outside. Pass to Holiday. And the pass to Davis. Over Burke. And it's Davis missing. New York's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Burke can't get it to go. And here's Hill, who will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They've led by as much as 10. Holiday up top, Burke covering. Back to Holiday. From deep, Moore. A rebound by Hezonja. Knicks have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Burke with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Right through the D for the layup. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Outside Hill. Back to Holiday. Buries the long-range jumper. Holiday's got 8 points. Here's Azania. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Kicks it to Burke. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Burke's got 5 points now this quarter. Moore finds Randall. Back to Moore. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by New York.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Ntilikina can't hit. A tight game here in New York. The feed to Moore. The shot comes out, and New York the other way now. Their last encounter was in New Orleans, where they were able to handle the Pelicans.
Yeah, and they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
And Azania gets it to go. And now it's a 3-point Knicks lead.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And with everything that Anthony Davis does on offense, it's just mind-boggling. His scoring inside and out, the percentages, he does it all. He is undoubtedly one of the best big men in the league, and many would argue he is the best in the NBA.
And the first one drops. And with Anthony Davis, the stat lines, Greg, he can post on any given night are just absurd.
Really, Davis still strong defensively, but he really impacts every facet of the game. One of the rare players who can carry a team on both ends of the floor. There just aren't many great players that can lead a team to a championship, but I think Davis is of that mold.
Boy, how outstanding at the line has this guy been. One of the best free throw shooting big men you will ever find.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Yeah, with the score this tight, someone has to come over and take the charge or at least contest the shot.
One shot.
And that one misses.
Lance Thomas comes out of high school, a 5-star recruit, goes to Duke. How about undrafted out of that big-time program in 2010? But I love it, guys. Goes to the development league, doesn't give up.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Now here's Burke, covered by Payton. Pass to Azania, launches it. Hill pulls it in. You're talking about Thomas. Truth is, to play at all in the NBA is a success.
Right. It's a very tough league. Most guys have at least one specialty. For Thomas, it's more about, okay, I can do a lot of little things well, and you've proven with good effort and good attitude, doors will open.
And Elfrid Payton with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Hardaway's checked in for New York.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
1:57 left to play here in the half. For New York, they have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And he ends up missing both free throws. The Pelicans trail, and Holiday kicks to Hill. It's good, the assist that time from Holiday. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
And now, here's Hazonia. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Boston. Now, here's Burke. He's tightly guarded. Nice shot from the wing. Burke's got 7 now in this quarter.
Now, I think they'll keep going to him more and more as they look to hang on to their lead. Why not with the way this guy is shooting it?
Shoots from the elbow. The Knicks pull it in.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Dishes it to Vonleh. And the dunk by Vonleh.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Payton right side. Outside for Davis. Outside Hill. 5 on the clock. Here's Payton. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Hazonia's got 4 rebounds in this game. There's 25 seconds left to play in the first half.
Well, that's not easy to box out like that. It's just great footwork, and that gave him just the time he needed.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
For New Orleans, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And the free throw, no good. For the 3, Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Thomas with the steal. 1 second left. The shot that time, not on target. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Knicks out front. They lead by 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. AD, you see how they're playing you in the first half. What's the adjustment going to be?
So, we got to come out with a great intensity, and it starts in warm-up. So we got to come out with a great intensity, great mindset, and try to go out there and win the third quarter.
I have never heard anyone say it starts in warm-ups until now. Thanks, AD. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. That was a shaky first quarter for New York. The deficit for them just seemed to grow and grow, eventually reaching the 10-point mark at one stage of the period. The second quarter went a lot better for them, and they got right back where they wanted to be before the half and now hold the 1-point lead. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
Efficiency, I think that's big. That's a key to success. You got to protect the basketball. You can't make those risky passes that lead to highlight film dunks. So I thought it was a great job.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Pelicans.
They were strong in transition. Seemed like the guys fed off the higher tempo. Certainly, they definitely got the looks they wanted, playing an outstanding game. They can keep it up in the second half, they may wear the other side out.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. We're seeing a tremendous game from Julius Randle.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
You know, I think, Greg, they never settled for the first look. It was always about, let's get the best shot possible, really good judgment on the offensive end.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. The Knicks with the lead. Ntilikina and Lee are in the backcourt. Vonleh is out there with Lance Thomas. And it's Kanter in at the center. That's the 5 for New York right now. Now here's Lee. He kicks it to Kanter. Shot clock at 6. Fades and shoots. It's good. Kanter's got the lead up to 3 now for the Knicks.
You must crowd Kanter when he is in the mid-range. He is a knockdown shooter.
It's Davis on the wing. Moore outside and stolen by Vonleh. And here comes Thomas leading the fast break. It's stolen by Hill. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Passes it to Moore. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Shot clock at 5. Lee against Holiday. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
I think that's a case of nerves right there, guys. That was a pretty bad decision.
New York leading by 3. Lee passes to Ntilikina. Vonleh kicks to Lee. Fires from deep. That one, no good. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Holiday gets the bucket.
Boy, that is not the shot they were hoping for, but they'll take the result.
Here's Ntilikina after Drew Holiday's score. Pass to Lee. The pass to Kanter. Over Randle. Kanter's shot is off.
As long as they can hang on to this lead, he won't have to answer for what's been an off night for him.
Holiday against Lee. Holiday looking over the floor. For the lead, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Holiday's got 4 this quarter. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Kanter inside. He's defended by Randle. Kanter's shot is off.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
From deep, Moore buries it from 3-point range. Moore's got himself on the board with 3 there.
They wanted a fast start coming out of the break, and they are now 3 for 3.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And New York making a change here. Baker's checked in.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
Knicks trail by 6. Ntilikina passes to Lee. Vonleh kicks to Ntilikina. Drills it from outside. Ntilikina's got his second bucket of the night.
And that's all you can do. Tip your cap to Ntilikina, a hard guy to frustrate.
Randle against Kanter. Randle down low. And Mirotic has it in the corner. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Now let's check out the rebounds and where they're coming from. Here's a breakdown showing the front court and the back court rebounding numbers for the Knicks.
And you can see the guards have been doing more than their fair share on the backboards. And coaches always preach that gang rebounding. You can't leak out until you secure the rock.
Now here is Holiday. He's got 14.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Lee outside. Pass to Ntilikina. Goes up on the wing. And Kanter throws it down. And now just a 1-point Pelican lead.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
Well, he had the defense's attention, dropping 2 threes in the first half, but he hasn't made one since.
Well, Greg, Anthony Davis with so much talent, it's easy to take Drew Holiday for granted.
I mean, I think Holiday is the catalyst in terms of this team's ability to create and really put pressure on an offense. It has improved his scoring and become a very efficient option at that guard spot. Has always been selective with his shots, but now is pressing a bit more to get involved, and more aggression from him, I think, has helped his production.
Here's Ntilikina following the score by New Orleans. Kicks it to Vonleh. Kanter against Randall for the tie. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. He dishes it to Mirotic. Outside Holiday. Passes it to Davis. Outside Mirotic. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Moore. He's averaging 11 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
And a shrewd defensive player with great size is Ntilikina, effective at staying right with his man.
Here's Baker. He's defended by Randall, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Well, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to go with the floater. That is not as easy as it looks.
For New York, they have shot 3 of 7 at the foul line. And the Knicks making a change here. Burks is checked in. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Okafor is checked in for Julius Randle. Miller comes in for Anthony Davis. Ian Clark's checked in for Ejuan Moore. And it's Payton in for Drew Holiday. That one drops. He ties it up. The Pelicans have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Shoots from 12. And it's good off the back rim and in. Clark's got 5 now. And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for the Knicks. He kicks it to Vonleh. Kanter against Okafor. Kanter dishes to Burke. Over to the wing. The wide open look here for Vonleh. And the Knicks miss again.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Now here's Payton. Burke covering. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Back to Clark. Stolen by Kanter. Baker passes to Burke. Lee against Miller. The floater. And Okafor with the block. Lee against Mirotic. To the middle. Payton outside. There's the dish to Mirotic. Pass to Okafor. 6 on the shot clock. Fires for three. Mirotich's shot is off. New York trailing. The inside. He's against Miller. And he makes that one. Cantor's got 6 points in the quarter.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Payton kicks to Okafor. And that one is off. Excellent D from Cantor. New York's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. There's Baker. He's got 8 for the lead. Excellent D there from Mirotic. Dishes it to Payton. Now the pass to Clark. He's looking for Okafor and finds him. Shoots over Cantor, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Okafor's got his second basket.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
New York calls timeout.
Well, it's been nothing short of a roller coaster, obviously, for Jahlil Okafor. What we know, guys, is he can be a scorer in the NBA and score it at a high level. I think his future is contingent on, can he defend in the NBA? That's the only question.
So for the Knicks, Hezonja, he's checked in for Lee. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Ron Baker. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Trey Burke. Solomon Hill, he's checked in for New Orleans. Now here's Mudiay. 6 points for him. Buries it from three-point range. And Okafor got what he wanted last season, didn't he? A trade.
The 76ers were trying to move him, but couldn't find a return that they liked. Now, hopefully this starts the next chapter in his career, and he can get things back on track.
And here is Payton after Tim Hardaway made that last three-pointer. Payton looking around. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. New York's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Here's Cantor on target from 13 feet. And it's a 3-point New York lead.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Payton outside. Here's Okafor, and Okafor slams it in.
Well, what you want to see from Elfrid Payton are floor general skills on full display. Finds the open teammate. Nice.
Now here's Hardaway. 9 points in the game so far. In it goes for the 5th time, and 10 shots for him this game.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
I mean, how does he get that shot off? I mean, he had to angle that perfectly to get past the defender.
It's Hill on the wing, guarded by Hardaway. Out to Miller, pass to Payton. From deep. Rebounded by Hardaway.
I'd say that's been the story of this guy's night. He can't get anything to fall.
Mudiay with the basket.
Well, to me, there's no question. It's critical that Emmanuel Mudiay make this shot more consistently, showing some signs of progress in the mid-range, guys.
And it's blocked. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hardaway. Thomas checked in for Noah Vonleh. Morris checked in for New Orleans. .119 left in the third. Mirotic, and that one hits back iron. New York leading by 5. Outside Hardaway, tipped away. Moore with the steal. Now Payton, and they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Saturday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics.
And that game against the Wizards, I think it's going to be an interesting challenge Even though they expect to come out on top, this could probably be a pick-em game, depending on how they play.
He's off on the first. And the second free throw, good. The Knicks leading by 4. And now, here's Hazonia. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game. Hardaway for 3. Hill pulls it in. And so Hill bring it up for New Orleans. For New Orleans, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
Two shots.
He misses the free throw.
I think Elfrid Payton has exciting potential. He's got unbelievable defensive instincts and work habits. He just needs to develop a little bit more on the offensive end.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Mirotic. He hits the second from the line. 29 seconds left to play in the third. Hardaway finds Canner, and it's Etuan Moore with the foul. That's his first foul. And here are the Knicks now. It's a 3-point game. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Hill kicks to Moore. Payton dishes to Okafor. Deep 2 from Hill. Misses off the right iron.
Boy, they leave an area of the floor totally unprotected, and he lets it go to waste.
It's been all about Enes Kanter for the New York Knicks. Scoring, rebounding, he was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
Three tenths quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Pelicans trail by 3. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the fourth quarter going. Hill and Davis are the forwards. Payton is out there with Etuan Moore, and it's Okafor in at the 5. Now here is Hill. That's good, and it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got assist number 5 here tonight.
That's a huge three-pointer. He'd love to become a go-to guy for them here in crunch time.
Yeah, and when he gets going, he adds another dimension to their offense that can make a huge difference when the game's on the line.
Okafor with the steal. Hill left side. Fader on the way. That one good for 2. Hill's got 5 points now this quarter.
That coverage is just too weak. I mean, heading down the stretch, that sort of defensive lapse can cost you a game.
It's baffling that he's someone they'd leave alone in that situation. You can get away with that early in the game, maybe, but not now.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
The Pelicans shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Payton kicks to Davis to the inside. Here's Moore. The offensive rebound. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
You know, after a first half of poor shooting, he is turning up the heat now.
Out to the right wing. Here's Moutier. And he can't bank that one in. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. The shot's good.
Well, what a terrific option he is for them. Really puts a ton of stress on an opponent.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
Well, just loses his head for a moment. That's not overthinking. That's just not thinking.
Frank Ntilikina is checked in for the Knicks. And then for New Orleans, Julius Randle comes in for Okafor, and it's Drew Holiday in for Payton. Now here is Holiday to the paint, and it's slammed in by Davis.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Ntilikina kicks to Cantor. Passes to Hazanya. No good on the three. And here's New Orleans now. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Shoots a fader. Randle no good.
Well, he carves out the space he needs, just the finish was not good.
Here's Ntilikina. Lock at 6. Fires it up. And the Knicks miss again. New Orleans leading by 6. Feeds it to Davis. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
One shot.
And that one falls for Davis. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. The Knicks have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Thomas passes to Cantor. Here's Hazanya. And again, it's the Knicks missing. And it's the Pelicans' ball. A 14-2 run over the last bit. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the All-Star game last season, Doris. No more East versus West format. Do you think when it's all said and done, the league will get rid of conference basketball altogether?
This is a challenging question for me because the WNBA went to seeding teams from 1 through 16, and it didn't matter whether you were West or East. And it has led to the most competitive era in a much-needed WNBA growth period. But the reality is, Kevin, I am very much a traditionalist. And the rivalries in both the Eastern and Western conferences historically have been phenomenal. Whether it was Jordan playing Detroit and having to overcome them, or Boston and Detroit, or the Lakers versus Sacramento briefly when Chris Webber's teams couldn't get over the hump. So this is a hard question for me. I'm not sure which side of the fence I fall on.
Knicks trail by 11. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Inside. Here's Cantor. Gets himself open and drills it. Cantor's got 4 this quarter.
Boy, in the second half, just hitting a much higher percentage of his shots. Really looks composed now.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. The kick out to Hill. They get it again. Second chance shot. Trying to get open is Randle, and Davis can't get it to go. New York's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Hardaway passes to Ntilikina. Pass to Hazanya. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
You know, we're never opposed to a little creativity. Ooh, did he have plenty of that? The double pump, having some fun.
Holiday finds Davis. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
The Knicks making a switch here. Lee's checked in.
One shot.
Here's Ntilikina. Kicks it to Cantor. Hardaway against Holiday. It's Hardaway with the drive. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
How about that burst of speed? Tim Hardaway Jr. Whoa!
Moore passes to Holiday. He dishes it to Randall. Back to Holiday. A floater. Here's Davis. Second chance shot. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Vonleh's checked in for Lance Thomas. Knicks trail by 8. Ntilikina kicks to Cantor. Hardaway against Hill. Here's Cantor. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Cantor's got 14 points now in the second half.
Enes Kanter is a natural-born scorer. Either back to the basket with the jumper or the post move. He's got it all.
Now here is Hill. To the inside. Here's Davis. Got a piece of it. On the wing, Hardaway. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Moore's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Davis can't get it to go.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Hardaway. Moore outside. Lee against Hill. He kicks to Davis. Over Vonleh. And that one's good by Davis. Davis has got 29 in the game.
Boy, what has gotten into him? He's taken his game to an unreal level this quarter.
And there's the pass to Cantor. Over Randall. Cantor's shot is off.
No one near him on that one, and I'm not sure why he felt like he needed to fade away.
Randall down low. Vonleh on him. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Thomas checked in for New York.
Lance Thomas.
Knicks trail by 5. Here's Ntilikina. Pass to Vonleh. New York moving the ball around. It's stolen by Hill. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Knicks with the rebound. Vonleh's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Lee against Moore. And Davis sends it back. Randall surveying the D. Moore with the bucket. Moore's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, you have to like that he's still getting quality touches and delivering now after getting blanked in the first half.
Outside Thomas. Down low, Cantor. 6 to shoot. To the inside, and the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's foul number 2 for him. Courtney Lee is on the wing. He's defended by Randall.
And really, after that strong first half, he has been in quite the tailspin.
Can't connect from short range. Thomas with the block. To the middle. Vonleh kicks to Ntilikina. Vonleh with it. Davis is on it. Ball's knocked loose, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You too.
And so it's New Orleans with it. New Orleans leading by 7. Outside Hill. Back to Holiday. Shot clock at 6. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
They are just killing them on the interior.
New York calls timeout.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against him right now.
Well, Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And, guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Coach Fizdale was going over with his team. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
And here's Holiday, down low. And another steal for him. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
Knicks trail by 7. Ntilikina passes to Cantor. Randall with some nice D.
Boy, that's high-impact defense in the lane, standing tall to deny the easy bucket.
Davis. It's rebounded by New York. Thomas with the ball. To the paint, taken away by Holiday. Hill drives in. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Hill's got 7 points here in this quarter. New York's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Here's Cantor. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Moore's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Randall dishes to Holiday. Yep, it counts.
I love to see them pound it inside like that, not settling for the perimeter shot.
One shot.
Free throw, no good for Holiday.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that.
Now, here's Cantor. Connects on the foul line jumper. Cantor's got 16 here in the second half.
The defense making it way too easy for him on that jump shot. He'll take that all night.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for New Orleans. They have a 9-point lead. There's 1:17 left in the 4th quarter. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket, shooting a healthy 60% tonight. Ntilikina kicks to Cantor. He feeds it to Vonleh, and he gets the bucket.
Well, you can tell Cantor uses his size to survey the floor, and he's really good at finding the holes in the defense with his passing.
Now here is Holiday. It doesn't go for him, and New York will come the other way. Here's Ntilikina, guarded by Holiday. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Randall. And now Moore pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Count it, good. And the Pelicans lead by 11.
And on the road, silencing the crowd. What a dominant performance.
Well, they took control of this game from the outset, a commanding all-around performance and an important road win.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Shooting one.
Free throw good, Vonleh. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's New Orleans. 8-point game. Payton outside. So we see the Pelicans get the win here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Anthony, tell us the focus for the team coming into the game tonight.
Well, before we started the game, Coach came in and told us that we knew what we had to do. We were trying to stop a lot of their actions, and our biggest focus for the game was guard the ball. That's what we did, coming out of that timeout and never looked back.
And it led to a win. Thank you for your time, Anthony. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.